So I just watched the final 2 episodes of Evangelion, and I have to say that I was incredibly bored. And I think it's for 2 particular reasons. Firstly, I don't really relate to Shinji. He has a rough relationship with his dad, he feels lonely and abandoned, deep down all he wants is attention and praise from others, and he truly hates himself. I don't really relate to any of this. And on the other hand, those last 2 episodes of the show had so much metaphorical and abstract language about psychology, and I generally hate that kind of stuff in stories. If a character's reading a poem, I basically tune it out because I don't really enjoy interpreting language like that when I'm watching something. So watching these last 2 episodes, I was like, oh boy, I'm gonna be one of those people who hate Evangelion, aren't I? But then we got a scene right at the end of the episode where Shinji's just sitting on a chair and all these characters from the show start giving him advice, and he has a realization that he doesn't have to be who he currently is, and that breaks him out of his current reality into one where all the people around him are genuinely congratulating him. And I'm crying more tears than I've cried in a very long time. And I'm just sitting there wondering, why am I crying? How did this happen? I wasn't even liking these episodes at all. So then I sat and I rewatched and I thought about it, and I think it resonated with me so deeply for multiple reasons. So there's like one minor reason and then 2 major ones. So the minor reason is the message. It's very simple, where Shinji realizes that he doesn't have to be who he currently is, and he doesn't have to define himself by the way he thinks others see him, and he can choose to be who he wants to be. This is all fine. It gets to me a little bit, but not really that much. Now, a bit more relevant is the next reason, which is that Shinji is seeing all the characters, basically everyone in the whole story, and they're all speaking to him and giving him advice, even though they themselves have their own problems and haven't really figured out anything for themselves. But regardless, they enjoy giving advice to him because they can all relate to going through struggles like he is. I found this very cute, and it definitely got to me. But then we have the real element that got to me so deeply, and I think this is a little unique. I don't think this really would have been what most people cared about when they finished Evangelion, but it's the final moment. After all these characters have talked to Shinji and given him advice, and he says that he hates himself, and I'm like, okay, whatever, like it gets to me a little bit, but I still don't really like these last 2 episodes. But then he has the big breakthrough where all the glass is shattering and he makes it to the other side, and the music is escalating and even changes to the same song in a different rendition that's more upbeat, combined with the fact that he's getting excited over the idea that he thinks he can change his reality, and it's this incredibly relatable feeling that you're in a depressed mood where it feels like everything is pointless and life has no purpose, to one where you're positive and you feel like there's so much potential in life. It's that shift from negative to positive, the sudden shift, the shift that's accompanied by the escalation of the music and the lifting of the mood that happens. Like, it doesn't matter what he's shifting on. I don't care about his character or what realization he really comes to at all. That's all completely irrelevant to this feeling. It's just the portrayal of the feeling of going from depression to hope and optimism, regardless of his character or anyone around him or anything like that. It's just the feeling that really gets to me. So yeah, who knew I'd go from complete boredom to crying more tears than I've cried in a very long time. But anyway, do you want to hear my full Evangelion review? Well, click right here, or click the description where there's a whole multiple hour review linked. Check it out, and subscribe, and leave a comment.